Hello, welcome to UCLIQ Educational Series, Part 5, Budgets and Brokerage. Today we're gonna explain all these concepts related to using custom rates, custom payout modes, repackaging offers, and using subsidized and non-subsidized budgets. So what is brokerage? Brokerage is a way to restructure payout structure. Well, restructure payout structure, that's funny for third-party offers you may have and change payout rates, the way they are paid, received from an advertiser to your own system and structure, how you want it to be paid for publishers. So in order to understand brokerage, we need to review what are the budgets first. So there are two types of budgets in UCLIQ platform, subsidized budgets and non-subsidized budgets. The only difference between them is the amount of subsidy. So let's review this budget. So for example, it's an example of a non-subsidized budget. So you have basically zero set as a subsidy and no limit on publisher. So that's typical non-subsidized budget. What it means in cumulative mode, the payout will be only generated to publisher when the campaign balance they have, it's enough to generate this payout. If there is a subsidy, you will be paying them before the money they made enough to generate a payout. So basically, you're given like a line of credit. And by changing values of subsidy and the publisher limit, you can control how big this line of credit in total is for offers and smart links that will be using this budget, and how much you want to allocate to each publisher. So basically, their own limit. And non-subsidized budget is basically where there is no credit line. So for payout structure, fixed paper lead, you always need to have a positive subsidy, amount of subsidy, and positive publisher limit, because paper lead offers are always subsidized. So we just created a budget called PPL 52. So it's basically limits us to $50 and $50 per publisher. We're going to test it from one publisher. So the balance is zero, paid is zero. So what the balance means is basically all money you receive from advertisers with offers and smart links that are using this budget minus all money you paid to publisher for related conversions. So it's if it's positive, it means you made money as a network or as an advertiser, and negative, it means you actually paid them something as a subsidy. So you are losing money for now, and obviously as conversions come in and out, this value can change. And paid is basically mean to be paid or accrued. It's all money you received from advertiser minus the commission you have per publisher. So it's all due to be paid to publishers. Let's put it this way. So this amount will only go up, and this amount can go up and down. Basically, when you receive, that will increase from advertiser. When you pay to publisher, it will actually decrease. So if, for example, you receive $10 and you pay $10, that will be zero. Before you pay to publisher, it will be 10, but we will see. Let's start with paper lead offers. So we have an offer prepared. It's a paper lead offer. It's leading to our demo offer page that is capable of generating postbacks. And we have default payout rate set to $10. What paper lead means is you just buying offers sorry, not offers, buying leads from publishers. So whenever they send a traffic that generates a click, goes to advertiser, the first conversion that comes for this type of offer back from advertiser will trigger payment of the default payout rate or custom payout rate if you choose to use it to publisher. And no matter how much subsequent conversions you received from advertiser for this particular click, they won't be shared with publisher. So you're keeping this money away for yourself. Publisher only paid once per click. If there is no subsidy in a budget or it's already exhausted, it means no payouts will be generated for publisher. So you always have to keep an eye on those budgets. Usually you create smaller budgets when you want to test some idea out, run some kind of new type of structure, new offers. Once you settled, once you understand how much you want to spend, we recommend you to create week or month based budget. So you know, okay, for the next week, I want to spend this amount of money. You put it as a subsidized limit, you put your publisher limit, and you run it. Then next week you can change the new budget you create. This way you can very easily keep track of your expenses, your risks, and don't mix it with kind of all historical stuff. So let's go and create a conversion for this offer. So offer is number 13, PPL2. Let's go to our publisher. And we need this offer to be launched. And we need to log in. Let's select this offer. So it's a PPL2. We'll have two of them, same naming. Yeah, we'll have two offers, same name. Let's just change the name so we'll avoid any confusion. Okay, that's our offer. Make sure we have, yes, that's correct budget. And let's see, this budget is, yes, it's set to $50. Never been used. Okay, that's good. And let's date and launch this offer. Now we can generate a conversion. So for PPL to work, conversion can be either 0 or any other value. No matter what value is sent, your publisher will just receive a fixed payout, either default or custom payout you configure for them, and no commission structure for publisher will be applied. So basically, whatever you receive as a first conversion or any subsequent conversions for this particular click ID will go as your revenue, and publisher only get paid once you receive the first conversion. Typically it will be like CPL conversion, zero amount, but it could be in some case some value, and this value and anything subsequent in conversions for this click ID will be your revenue, non-shared with publisher. So let's put 0 as a start typical case. We generated a post back. So let's see, we should receive it. It's already here. It's probably not this one because it says PPL2-1. No, looks like it's correct one. Let's verify. Yeah, it's not updated yet. It takes a little bit of time to update these names. So what we can see here, that's okay. That's correct budget, fixed payout rate, default offer rate is used, original amount, something you received in postback is 0, fee is minus 10. Basically, it means fee is your network revenue, right? So if you have to pay publisher out of something, basically it has to come out of some place, and this place is your basically revenue. And so the fee is minus 10, but net, it's basically amount that is due to be paid to publisher is 10. And campaign balance is 10 because that basically equals this amount in this case. And the next transaction is we're paying the publisher. So you can see $10 were paid, and campaign balance was before this transaction was 10, now it's 0. So it's pretty clear how it works. If we keep doing it and we reach our budget limit, and let's see what our budget limit says. So this is what we can see here. So subsidized budget is 50. That's what we configured. Balance is minus 10 because again, balance is amount of all postbacks you received for offers that use this budget minus amount of payouts you made to publishers. So we received basically just one conversion, 0, and we paid $10. So obviously it's minus $10. And paid is basically all amounts we received from advertisers minus our commission. It's basically earnings of our publishers. So it does not include whatever was paid, it's just earnings. So that how pay-per-lead basically works. As soon as we exhaust our budget, no PPL conversions will be generated, and we'll need to change budget or increase this budget. And that's pretty much how it is. Let's look at cumulative mode. Before we look for cumulative mode, we need to make sure we know what commission is applied for publishers. There are two places for cumulative mode where commission rate is set. So either, and this is where you first should look for, and that's something once you start configuring it, you will know, but you can look at publisher first. So financial section, you see ratio 90%. It means out of every $10, 9 will be paid to publisher, 1 will be your revenue, basically your interest. And sometimes you may see default ratio will be set like this. And in this case, you have settings, and there is default registration rate, and that's what will be used unless publisher has their own custom ratio applied. So in this case, it will be 75%. In other case, will be in our publisher is set up as 90%. So you can see here. Okay, so let's look at our offers and our budgets. Okay, so this is the offer we want to use, cumulative offer. This one with subsidy. And cumulative offers can be used with subsidy and without subsidy. So either it use like without subsidy, it will use 0 subsidy budget. With subsidy, it has to have positive balance there. So in this case, this offer has no subsidy budget applied. We can verify it. So no subsidy to 1. Yeah, never been used. That's fine. And let's look at our offer. Okay, cumulative 2. That's good. Let's verify and make sure we don't have any remaining campaign balance, so it's easier for us to track. In this case, we do have, but it's for publisher yellow, and we're gonna use publisher blue, so that should be fine. So let's go to first in publisher panel, and we need to use cumulative 2. That's non-subsidized one, and that's our link. So let's see again what we have in our budget. 50, no, it's like this one, non-subsidy, so it's all zeros. So again, when you don't use subsidy, you first need to accumulate balance that can be paid as a fixed rate. And the balance comes from a conversion you receive from advertiser minus amount or percentage of commission that is set. So in our case, have no subsidy balance and offer has a payout structure set as $50 fixed. We don't have anything custom. So to generate for non-subsidy offer to generate a $50 payout, we actually need to uh, have enough balance, exactly $50 or more, as a campaign balance. And campaign balances are basically remainders of funds that publisher generated through traffic and conversion per campaign, basically offer campaign or smart link campaign, and per country. So they are per country. So in this case, for example, if we're gonna send a $50 conversion postback, it means we have 90% split or commission rate. It means we only will get $45 here, so it won't be enough to generate a payout. Let's do just that. Okay, we have a postback generated. Let's look at our processing log. It will take a little bit of time to get processed. And remember, we're using non-subsidy budget here. So we already received a conversion that is $50, and there is no publisher payout. Why? Let's look here. So we have conversion for $50. The net amount due to be paid to publisher is $45. $5 is our commission fee, and the remainder campaign balance is $45. So since we don't have subsidy in this budget, we won't be generating a payout because payout is set as $50. So we need to send another conversion. As soon as it will be more than 50 or more, the payout will be generated. So remember, commission structure is set to 10%. So from any postback sent, 10% will be deducted as your revenue. And in this case, we need $5. So if we send just $5, it won't be enough because we will only add to our campaign balance 450 minus 10%. So let's send $10. So now we should have $10 coming in as advertiser, postback conversion, and 50 paid to publisher. So back to our conversions, transactions, we received $10 as advertiser conversion. So it's $10, 10% off, $9 for publisher, $1 for network. So campaign balance is now $54 because we had 45 and now we added 9, so it's 54, and we only need 50 to generate a payout to publisher. So this is a payout. So remember we had a campaign balance 54. Now payout is of $50 paid. So remainder is $4. So to generate next $50 payout, we will need to have added at least $46 to uh, to this campaign. So if we send another $50, it means it will be 45 after commission, so it will be 49, so it's not going to be enough. But if we send, like, let's say $52, that should be enough to generate a payout. Let's finish doing that. So it should be enough to send $52, I think. So let's see. But before we look at what happens after we send $52, let's look at our budget here. So this is what we have. So remember we had another values here, so now we have $10. Why $10? Because after we received all conversions from advertisers and paid everything we had to pay to publishers, we actually earned $10. Remember, it was 2 payments by 50, and we credited publisher balance, campaign balance with 45 and took 5 for us. So it's like 5 plus 5, it's 10. And this 4 in this case is just showing earnings by publisher minus whatever was paid to them. So it's kind of, this is what we made, this is what publisher made, and it has to be credited to them when a required event happens. So let's look at our processing log. So we see we received $52. So the net after commissions will be 46.80, and now we have campaign balance 50.8, which means it is enough to generate a payout. Here is a payout. So we paid 50 and we have 80 cents remaining. So let's look again at our budget. And that's exactly what it is. So we made $12 this time, and publisher still has positive balance of 80 as a campaign balance, 80 cents. So that's pretty much how it works. Cumulative offers with non-subsidy budget. With subsidy, it almost the same, just we don't have to wait for this first to have enough balance in campaign to generate a payout. We will use subsidy to generate a payout, same as for paper lead, but unlike paper lead, when you received a post back, it will be added back to budget. So budget can actually be self-replenishing. So for paper lead, we recommend use separate budgets because you're always paying out of your pocket, and whatever you make, you usually make a bit later. So you have to manually control it, and usually better kind of use separate budget for each week or each month. But for a cumulative, you actually can use larger budgets, and they will be self-replenishing, because when you get conversions, they will be covering budget, so you never going to be down more than your subsidy limit, but the subsidy limit, after being exhausted, will start to replenish once conversion will actually go in. So let's look at subsidized cumulative offer. So we have this offer, cumulative 2 plus sub. So it's $50 again. Use cumulative budget 2. So let's test our cumulative offer with subsidy. So let's double check everything. Rate is $50, cumulative budget 2. Let's verify cumulative budget 2, haven't used. So it has enough subsidy to pay one full conversion. So if we send even very, very small conversion, it will pay $50. But as we send second one and campaign balance is not enough to generate a second payout, it will wait until incoming conversion for combination of this campaign offer or smart link campaign plus country will be enough to have $50 payout done. So let's launch this offer. That's the offer we have. And let's do this link. No, that's not the offer, sorry. That's cumulative plus sub. Haven't tested it yet. Let's launch it. And this is a link. We can generate the payout. So let's do $10 conversion. It means $9 will be credited to publisher as a campaign balance, and the rest, $41 will be taken out of subsidy, and payout of $50 will be generated right away. So just before we go, we have $50 here, and let's look processing log. May take a little while, and here it is. So what we have is first advertiser conversion came in for $10. So $9 added to campaign balance. That's fine. Let's see if we have publisher. Yeah, there is a publisher conversion. So $50 was paid to publisher. We only had 9 in campaign balance. So now 41 was taken from subsidy and added as negative to campaign balance. So let's look at our budgets now. So cumulative budget 2, that's exactly what it is. $50 is subsidy. $40 is our negative balance, which means we received 50. We received $10 from advertiser. We paid 50, so minus 40. So basically minus 40, it's our negative revenue. And this publisher balance, basically it's called paid, but it's kind of to be paid. It's minus 41. That's a size of subsidy that we use. So we only have $9 left in a subsidy. So if we send another $10 conversion, that won't be enough. So we will need to. So basically, what we have we still have $9 in our subsidy budget, right? So it was 50 minus 41, so it's 9. As long as we send something as 41 or more, it will actually generate another $50 payout. So since we use 10% commission, what we need to send is 41 net. So let's divide 41 by 0.9. So it will be 45.56. 45.56. And what we should see now is basically another $50 payout, and the budget will be pretty much almost minus 50. It means all subsidy is used. Once subsidy is used, you need to replenish it again. In this case, if it's 0 and payout is 50, you will need to generate another $50 after commissions. So it will be like 56 or something like that. So it's like, again, trusty calculator, 50 divide 0.9. So it's 55.56. That's okay. Okay, so that's what we received for now we received 45.56. That's what we sent as a postback, and we should have a $50 payout unless we don't have enough. So it's 41, that is correct. And let's see what is going on in the budget. Maybe we just missed it a little bit. Okay. It's minus 10 now because we covered our revenue. Okay, so we don't have publisher payout by one simple reason. It's because we don't we only had the subsidy limit set as 50. So now we already paid 50, so it's not going to generate another payout unless we increase the limit, and that's something we should be mindful about. So it's our cumulative budget 2, and what we can do easily to increase the publisher limit, let's say it's 100. So it's not going to generate conversion automatically. We need to send some postback, and it can be very small postback because that will be enough for us to generate payout. So just to double check, it's multi-budget 2. So let's test it. Let's send $10. So conversions are here. We received a $10 conversion we generated. Let's see. So it added $9 to campaign balance. That's fine. And then we have again generated payout of $50, and again 41 was taken from campaign from subsidy, because this conversion actually it probably, if we sent 1 cent more, it would actually generate this payout, but and also publisher limit, but as soon as we process this conversion, you can see the campaign balance was 0, and at last previous payout to publisher it was minus 41. So in this case it was, oh, actually it's rounded up, so it's exactly 41, so it was minus 41, now it's 0. So we only repaid basically all the subsidy, and next conversion, even if it was only for $10, which is like 9 for publisher, we still generated payout of $50 using subsidy, and we have minus 41 here. And as we can see in budget, cumulative budget 2, yeah, so that's minus 41 because this is was taken from subsidy. And again, the balance is a sum of all postbacks we received from advertisers minus all the money we paid to publisher. In this case, it would be 34.44. As we can see how much we get from advertiser, and we can see it's like it's $10 plus $10, so it's $20 here, and 46.56, so it's like 20, so it's 66.56, and we paid twice 50, so it's 100. So it's 56, 66, 65, 56, right? 65, 56 minus 100. So it's minus 34, 44. And that's exactly what we have here. So it's minus 34, 44. And we see that publisher used $41 from this budget. That concludes today's session. It's been already too long. I hope it answers your questions, and we will continue soon with our next installments of UCLIQ Educational Series. Thank you.